Quick run through, just make sure you have everything that you need, something to drink. It's nice to have some water to sip on, some weights if you want to use weights today. You don't have to use weights. You could also just use something that is heavy and easy to hold on to, that is just around your space. And make sure you have anything else that you need to feel safe and secure and ready to move. And quick little reminder to go at your own pace, listen to your own body. I will offer as many suggestions and varieties throughout our exercises today, and it's up to you to really just choose what works best for you. Okay, so no pressure to perform or to push, but just to have a good time, listen to your body, and we'll go ahead and start. So let me just get
And
y'all to where.
one little thing, if you don't want to use any weights at all, you don't have to.
Thank you. Yes, of course. Yes, so no weights required. Just movement is good. So going at your own pace. Okay, so it looks like my seat is being occupied. This is Mr. Funny Pants. My mom calls him Fancy Pants. You can call him whatever you want to. So why don't y'all take a moment just to take a nice deep breath, and smiles are really good for the brain. It helps to flood our nervous system with dopamine and all those good feeling hormones and chemicals. So smiling as you breathe here, and I'm going to share this space here with this guy. All right, so I have a little timer here. I'll be following my clock as we work out together here today. And feel free to stop anytime you need to, rest anytime you need to, or if you want to keep on going during our breaks, you're welcome to do that as well. So we'll take just maybe 3 minutes here to breathe. And I have all of you on gallery so that I can see you. So if my eyes are darting around, I'm just looking at who is here so that I can see you. You can even visualize that we're just all in the same space together. So even though we are divided by states and miles and computers, we're still together, occupying the same space at the same time. And by breathing in and out, we can really begin to expand into the space around us as you also get more grounded in the space that you're in. Just a couple minutes to breathe here. And as you breathe, invite your breath to expand into your body like you're blowing into a balloon. So you can just even visualize and imagine your belly, your waist, your low back, your chest is getting bigger. And then as you exhale, see if you can squeeze all of that back in. And it's really the action of inhaling and exhaling that helps to begin to awaken your core, the muscles of the core, which includes the diaphragm, the pelvic floor, our abdominal muscles. So as you're breathing, you're activating all of the muscles of your core from the inside out. And as you're exhaling, you can become more present, a little calmer, a little more connected to that core. And just another minute and a half here to breathe. And as you're breathing, you can close your eyes if you want to. And if you have an intention for your practice today, take a moment to acknowledge your intention. With a deep breath in, invite your intention to fill your body, your heart, your mind, your spirit. And with a deep breath out, let anything go that does not serve your intention. Letting go of distraction, stress, and just allow yourself to be fully present. And one more deep breath all the way in. You can sigh this breath out, even make some noise as you breathe out, and just let something go. The next time you breathe in, begin to tense and squeeze, just hugging your muscles in toward your bones. And then same long, slow breath out. And as you exhale, just let that tension go. And again, nice and slow. Inhale, tensing and squeezing, warming up the muscles. And exhaling and releasing. And now just one arm on your inhale, just squeeze that hand into a fist, maybe lift the shoulder into your ear. And exhale, release it, let it go, and just circle that shoulder around. Let go of any tension that you may have discovered there. If the other side is available to you, you can tense and squeeze the second side or repeat the same side, squeezing as you inhale. And as you exhale, release and let go. And then little circles here with the shoulder. Sometimes you can hear a little creaking going on. That's normal. And then just let that side rest. And then if both sides are an option for you, squeeze both sides again, inhaling, tensing, squeezing. Press your feet into the floor if that's an option. And then as you exhale, release and let go. Good. Now, just place your hands on your legs, and this time as you inhale, just allow your eyes to look upward. And as you exhale, just tip your chin down. So just a few breaths here, just moving the head within your own range of motion. So you don't have to look as high as I do. You don't have to look as low as I do. Just work within your own available range. Inhale, looking up, and exhale, down. And one more. Inhale when you're ready, and exhale when you're ready. And with your chin down towards your chest, let your next inhale bring one ear over towards the shoulder. It doesn't matter which way you go. And then as you exhale, tip your chin back down towards your chest. And inhale over to the other side. And exhale down. And continue here at your own pace. You can breathe faster or slower than me. I want you to go at your pace. The inhale takes you to the shoulder. The exhale brings the chin to your chest. And just exploring your own natural range of motion, noticing if there's any tension or tightness to be aware of. And we'll just do this two more times. Good. Next time your chin is down towards your chest, take another breath in and look up. And this time, slide your elbows back behind you a little bit. So your fingertips will slide towards your hips. And then as you exhale, slide your fingers towards your knees and just gently drop your chin down. So we're just inviting the body to move a little bit more in sort of this wave-like motion. So on the inhale, the elbows slide back. And on the exhale, fingers slide forward. And again, just find your own way, modifying and adapting any way you like. Just encouraging the breath to move the body and encouraging the body to move with the breath. We'll just do this maybe two more times. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose, excuse me, if you can. Sometimes, it's more challenging to breathe out through the nose. So if you'd rather breathe out through your mouth, that of course is fine too. And then when you're ready, return to a neutral position. Okay. So once more, let's give everything a squeeze. Inhale, tense and squeeze. Exhale, release. Good. And now let's just start to go for a little walk. You're just going to swing one arm or both arms forward and back. You could also always ski, a little skiing motion, which would bring the arms on each side going in the same direction, or one arm. Okay. Right now we're just going kind of slowly, just a little walk, a nice brisk ski. And then for the next 30 seconds that are left, maybe you'll go a little bit faster. For those of you, if it's an option to lift the knees and the feet, you can add that in as well. So right now we're just warming up the body. You don't need to try to push to your highest intensity just yet. We've got about 10 more seconds going at your own pace, in your own way. Good. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Very good. All right. Now one side only. Just punch forward. It's a nice long punch. So you're not trying to punch with a lot of force. The hand can be in a fist or it can be relaxed. And there might be just a little twist in that elbow. And if you see this in slow motion or see me from the side, there's just a little bit of a rotation that happens here. Okay. All right. And then let that side rest. Repeat this on the second side or return to the first side. Just waking up the shoulder, the arm. Stay connected to your breath. And really, you're just looking for what is your comfortable range, right? Doesn't have to be high, doesn't have to be fast. Good. 3 more seconds. 2, last one. Awesome. All right. Now, palms face up. Pretend like you're juggling some balls. You may notice in my background, I have balls all around, and all of these are exercise balls. They don't really bounce very well. But my brother was over yesterday for dinner, and he was juggling these balls that I have here in the background. He taught himself how to juggle a long time ago. He hasn't done it in a while, and he can still do it. And of course, I can't. I was like, I pretend to juggle with my students. So you can juggle anything when you're not really juggling. Maybe you're juggling fire, maybe you're juggling knives, maybe they're bowling balls, they're really heavy. So you can really use your imagination here. And just how would your body respond if you were catching fire, if you were catching a sword, or if you were catching a feather, right? All right, 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's climb a rope. One hand pulling down on the rope. Now, one side also can pull you up on that rope or hand over hand. And pace yourself according to your needs, okay? You can go slower than me. You can also go faster than me, or you can follow me. Okay, so work within your own pace. Y'all are doing great. We got a little less than halfway to go. I hope some of y'all practiced during the break. I promised myself that I would do this during the break. I did all my other things, but I did not do this, and I have missed it. I only get to do this when I work out with y'all. All right, 3 more seconds. 2, last one. All right, good job. All right, so this time, elbows, either both elbows or one elbow behind you. Reach forward and pull, or punch forward and pull. Okay. And then if you want to add a little crisscross, you can crisscross the arms in front and then pull. Crisscross and pull. So pick either one, whichever one feels better to you. You can still crisscross on one side. Just a little pulse, pulse. The hands can be in a fist or they can just be relaxed. Good job, y'all. Check in with your breath. Make sure it's still flowing with ease. 3 more seconds. 2, last one. Very good. All right, now let's row a boat. So many ways you can row a boat. You can go across like a little sort of figure 8 situation. You Can also row forward and back. Maybe you only have one oar today. Maybe we're going in circles. That's okay. So find your way to row your boat. Whatever works for you today. Mm, They can go in the same direction at the same time. They can go across the body. And you can even imagine it's a lovely warm day, sun is out. Here it's actually cold and windy and rainy. It might be where you are too. All right, we got about 5 more seconds, but that's okay. We can still be bright and sunny together. All right, very good. So that was our little warm up. Take a moment to have a sip of water if you want to, and then if you're using weights today, go ahead and prepare yourself with your weights. Okay, I'm gonna have a sip of water myself. So we have a series of just basic exercises that we will practice together. We'll do 3 sets. Each exercise is about a minute long. Okay. So the first one is palms are up, and we just open and close the arms, keeping the elbows in towards your waist. And you can move kind of slow here, especially if your weights are heavy or whatever you're using is heavy. You're going to want to move a little bit slower. You can do one side only. Okay, and we're halfway through, so we've got 30 seconds to go. And going at your own pace. Liz, I love you have that band to play with today. That's awesome. Good. All right, about 5 seconds. Last one. All right. Now we have lateral raises, raising out to the side of the body. One arm or both arms. And I try to tell you when we're halfway through, so you could choose to do one side only for 30 seconds and then the other side for 30 seconds, or you can alternate sides. And we are halfway through. Now, if you have light weights, if you're feeling really strong today, you can extend the arms out. That's going to increase the load, making it even heavier. I can tell I haven't done this in a few weeks. Good. All right. I've got about 4 more seconds. Last one. Awesome. All right, arms down by your sides, keeping them relatively straight as you just lift the hand in front of your chest. So these are anterior raises for the anterior deltoid muscle, which helps to stabilize our arm to reinforce our shoulder joint. It has an important job. So we're about halfway through. Check in with your breath. Sometimes we are focusing so much we forget to breathe. So make sure you're inhaling and exhaling. 3 more seconds. 2, last one. Awesome. All right. Time for bicep curls. So we'll start with just a traditional bicep curl. The palm turns upward as you bend the elbow. Try to keep the upper arm bone close to your body. And there's a bit of a rotation that happens here. So the palms are facing in when your arms are straight, and then you rotate the palm to face up as you bend. All right, we're about halfway there. You might see some cat ears or a cat foot here pretty soon. Don't be surprised. Oh, there he goes. If things start shaking, it means there's a cat in front of the monitor. Okay. All right. So time for some triceps. Good job. So I'm going to show you a few options here. So either above your head, raising the hand up, bending at the elbow. If that doesn't feel good to you, you can also take that arm behind you and just kick that hand back behind you. If you can lean forward and support yourself, you can add in that lean, but you don't have to. You can still sit up and just take that arm a little bit further behind you. Okay, so we're halfway through. Another option is to press down into your seat like you're trying to push yourself up out of your chair. Mhm. All right, so picking whichever option works best for you. Got about 15 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Very good. All right, so we have a rest. You can put your weights down if you want to. Take a moment just to kind of stretch, wiggle your fingers if you've been gripping those weights. Pet your cat if you have one. Have a sip of water. All right, and then when you're ready, come back into your ready position. Elbows back, palms face up. We'll start with our rotator cuff again, opening and closing, just hugging your elbows close. Again, you always have the option to just choose one side or to alternate sides. Good. We're halfway through. Make sure you're breathing. We've got about 10 more seconds. Are doing so good. Last one. Excellent. All right. Second set of lateral deltoids or lateral raises. Elbows can be bent, elbows can be straight. Work one side only. Or alternate if that is an option. And we're halfway there. And just find your own tempo and rhythm. Slow is good to help build that muscle. Slower you go, the more challenging it often is. All right, last one. Excellent. All right, anterior raises or front raises, lifting and lowering. You don't want to go any higher than the shoulder. You can even stop before you get to the shoulder height. Good. Halfway there, 30 seconds. All right. Less than 10 seconds. Last one. Excellent. All right. Arms down beside you. Second round of biceps. Now remember, you can always rest in between. So if you're just like, whoo, need a second, go ahead and take a second. So for this option or variety, I'm showing you a hammer curl. So the hammer curl, the palm stays facing in the whole time. It's just another variety, just another option. You can go back to the traditional if you prefer, with the rotation of the forearm, or keep that palm facing in. You can do both arms at the same time if that is an option. Whoops, and we're a little more than halfway through. Sometimes I forget. I talk through it. Good. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Very good. All right, triceps. So overhead triceps or tricep extensions behind you, or push yourself up out of your chair, or if you're back far enough into your seat, press your elbows into the back of your seat. That's just another option to get into those triceps. All right, so we're halfway there, picking what works for you. You can always replace one exercise with another, so that is always an option as well. I know sometimes some movements are more accessible than others, so feel free to mix and match and adapt as we go. All right, one more. Very good. All right, round 2 is done. Quick little break. Shake it off. Another sip of water if you like. All right, final round for our weights today. Returning to your ready position when you're ready. All right, here we go. Open and close. Elbows stay hugging in. Upper arms hug into your rib cage. You look great. Your form is awesome. Good. If you start to feel a little droopy, notice where your eyes are looking. Sometimes if the eyes are looking down, that takes the body down. You can always just look a little bit more ahead at the horizon line. And we're a little more than halfway through. Feeling this last round. How about y'all? Doing great. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. All right. Lateral raises. Lift and lower out to the side. Any variation. Doing good. Can always keep those elbows bent. We're about halfway through. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right. Anterior deltoids or front raises. Palms facing up. And elbows can be slightly bent here. So the arm is straight, but it's not like really, really stick straight. It can be a little bent at that elbow. One arm or both arms. And we're halfway through. Looking good. 10 more seconds. Last one. Awesome. All right, straight arms. Show you another bicep variation. Fun thing about biceps, there's all kinds of choices. So this is a lateral bicep curl. Lateral meaning out to the side. So the hand is out towards the side. It's kind of a diagonal, so it's not directly all the way to your side, but it's a little bit in front. This just gets another aspect of the biceps muscle. You can always go back to our original or a hammer curl. So just picking whatever you prefer. And we're a little more than halfway through. Almost there. Are you breathing? Check in, make sure. Use your exhales to come back to your core, come back to your center. Last one. Awesome. All right, now we have triceps. It's our final round of triceps. Looking good, y'all. We're almost there. Halfway. Ten more seconds. Might notice a little fatigue here at the very end. One more. Very good. All right. So you're done with these. You can put these away. Shake it off. Have a little stretch, a little sip of water if you like. And then we'll move into our cardio portion of our workout. Okay, so we're going to get started whenever you're ready. If you're still getting settled, that's fine. We're going to go back to a little bit of a run or skiing, okay? And now, rather than warming up, we're really starting to heat up the body so you can go faster. And I'm watching the timer. We're going to go for a good 40, 45 seconds and then take a 10 to 15 second or so break somewhere in that window. Okay. So the intention is to really pick up the pace, pick up the speed, increase the intensity as much as you can, and then take a quick little break. Okay. And this is called high intensity interval training. So we're working on those intervals, raising our intensity and then lowering our intensity. Okay. Take a break. So here we go. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Check in with yourself. You can always take this moment to stretch. All right. Next exercise, hands on your legs. This is a reach up and a reach down. Reach up, reach down. Each time in between, you tap the legs. It can be one side only or both sides. You're reaching to your highest high and down to your lowest low, and then speeding it up as you start to get more comfortable with that flow. Okay, so keep it going for about 15 more seconds. Good, 5 more seconds. Last one. Good. Take a little break. And remember too that it doesn't have to look like anything, and what you start out with is normally not what it looks like in the end. Okay, so as we speed things up, it gets a little crazy. All right, so now palms face down, we're going to play the drums. Okay, so maybe you have like a bongo drum right here in front of you. You're going to beat that drum, and then maybe you have another drum over here. Maybe you have another drum over here, and now maybe you have drums everywhere. So now you're drumming all around you. Now your palms can be down like you're playing bongos, or maybe you have sticks and you have a drum kit and you're using sticks to hit those drums. Okay, so whichever you prefer. You might even have some drums above you and behind you. So just start to challenge yourself, moving all around your space. And one more second, and we're done. All right, so a little break. Hmm. Okay, next one, we're going to chop wood. This is our first variation. It's like you're holding an axe in your hand. You're going to lift it over your head and chop straight down. Chop. Okay. Now, try not to let your head drop down a lot. So you want to kind of keep your head elevated, right? If you're actually chopping wood, you wouldn't want to lose your balance falling forward. And you want to be able to keep your eyes on your axe and that wood. So try not to lose the head. Going at your own pace. About 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Very good. All right, take a little break. Deep breath in, deep breath out. All right, now we're going to catch some flies. Now, catching flies, you're kind of snapping the wrist a little bit, catching as fast as you can. Now, these can be butterflies, they can be fireflies. Maybe they're not flies at all. Maybe, you know, money is falling from the sky. Wouldn't that be awesome? All right, so we can imagine, manifest that money falling from the sky. Maybe somebody's playing the lottery. I don't know. All right, so keep it going, keep it moving. Got about 10 or seconds or so, maybe 12 seconds. Good. Keep it moving. 3 more seconds. 2 and 1. Very good. Whew. That gets you warm. And in between, if you want to keep going, you can slow it down a little bit so you get that moment of kind of rest before you speed it back up. Speaking of speeding, here we go. We're going to do a little speed punching now. So fists at the heart, elbows lifted, and it's like you're circling your fists around, right? So one is circling around the other. One fist can punch, both fists can punch, okay? And then try not to hit your knuckles or knock your glasses off your face. I've done both. Good, good, good. All right, keep it moving. Now, you can also move your body along with it if you want to kind of lean back and lean forward, or maybe you're dodging your opponent moving around, right? 3 more seconds. Last one. Awesome. Very good. Nice, easy breaths. Okay, we're going to climb that rope. So here we go. When you're ready, one hand or both, pulling down on that rope, keeping it moving. Good. Can certainly go faster than me. It's another one where you really want to watch out. You don't knock yourself out. Pulling straight down from above. 15 more seconds. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Nice. All right. Nice deep breath in and out. For our next one, we'll come back to that crisscross that we practiced in the beginning. So elbows behind you, crisscross in front, and pull your elbows back. Now you can skip the crisscross, right? You can just punch and pull. Very similar exercise. Or add in that crisscross in front of your chest. Good. Crisscross and pull. Now, I have my hands kind of in a fist, but they don't have to be. They can also be open. Good. All right, 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Very good. Nice breath. Maybe a sip of water. All right, palms face up. We'll go back to juggling and juggling all around you, imagining what it is we're juggling today, what that might look like. If it's heavy, you might go a little slower, throw it a little bit higher. If it's lighter, maybe you're going a little faster. All around you, working within your range of motion, kind of challenging yourself to move around those edges so you start to really utilize your core to keep you stable. About 3 more seconds. 2 and 1. Very good. Little break. Deep breath. All right, next up, palms face down. We're going to play those drums again. Or maybe you're using sticks today. And then challenge yourself to move it around you, above you. That internal resistance, as if you really are hitting a surface, feeling it bouncing back at you. Good. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Very good. All right. Nice cleansing breath. Make sure you're exhaling all the breath out. Okay, let's go to our reach up, reach down again. So whenever you're ready, you can begin reaching up, reaching down. Tap your legs in between, trying to keep the eyes and head slightly elevated so your head weight doesn't pull you forward. Looking good. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Phew, good job. All right, check in. Roll out the shoulders. Check in with the neck, little stretches. And then let's go back to rowing our boat. So, choosing which way you would like to row, across the body, in front of the body, and go faster, 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 increasing that intensity. Good. Lots of focus and concentration here, making sure you're breathing. Doing great. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Very good. Hmm. Okay, let's go back to speed punching. So hands at our heart, elbows lifted, and here we go. Little punches in front, like you have one of those punching bags in front of your chest. Or maybe you're dodging your opponent. I think this is kind of fun. So shifting around, dodging, dodging. when I was a kid. My brother, the same brother who was juggling last night, his favorite boxer was Muhammad Ali. Those of you in Louisville, I know exactly who I mean. He was amazing, but he used to make me box with him, and I was like 6 and he was like 14. 3 more seconds. All right. Good. Very good. And sometimes he would let me win, and then I would feel super strong. All right. So 3 seconds, and then let's chop some wood. We're just going to take it up and down again. And you can always go faster than me. This kind of builds up into its own sort of momentum. So find your own flow with this. Ten more seconds. 2 and 1. Awesome. Very good. Deep breath in and out. Coming down on the home stretch. Check in. And let's go back to catching some flies or catching those $100 bills that are just falling from the sky today. Or maybe we need a little treat. Maybe it's, like Hershey Kissers or something. Okay, keeping it moving for about 20 more seconds. Five more seconds. Good. All right, take a rest. Cleansing breath. Make sure you're fully exhaling, engaging that core. Let's go back to rowing our boat. So when you're ready, here we go. Across the body or in front of the body. Now, since we're coming down on the home stretch, maybe you want to increase the intensity a little bit more before we go. Or maybe you're ready to cool it down. If so, you can go slower. So adapt and modify according to your goals today. Good. We've got about 15 seconds. Five more. That's it. Take a rest. All right, check in with those shoulders and then get ready to climb your rope. Here we go. One hand or both hands pulling down on that rope. Doing great. You can always exchange exercises and do something different. So listen to your body. You've got 10 seconds. In three, two, one, and rest. Very good. All right. So maybe a quick sip of water if you would like. And then we're going to go a little bit longer this time. Okay. So when you're ready, you can go back to running or skiing. And we're going to do kind of a little medley of everything. All right. So about 10 seconds or so of each exercise. All right. 3 more seconds. And now let's do some speed punching. So speed punches here at the center. Three more seconds. And now let's play the drums. Three more seconds. And let's climb the rope. Three more seconds. And let's crisscross pull. Good. Three more seconds. And let's reach up, reach down. And three more seconds. And let's play the drums. Good. Three more seconds. And let's chop wood. Three more seconds. And our final thing is we'll catch some flies, some Hershey Kisses, some $100 bills, some shooting stars, whatever you would imagine. And three more seconds. Two, one, and rest. Good. Just take a moment to kind of shake it all off. Roll out your shoulders. Maybe look up and down a few times. Maybe let the elbows move back the next time you look up. And fingers reach forward as you look down. And just one more time. Inhale. And then exhale. Come back to neutral. And just take a nice deep breath in here. Your hands can rest on your legs, or you can turn your palms to face upward. Eyes open or closed, whatever feels more grounding to you. Take a moment to acknowledge the effects of this practice on your body, your heart, your mind, your spirit. And if there's anything you'd like to let go of before you move back into your day, take a deep breath in. And with a big sigh, let something go. And move back into your day with peace, grace, strength, and ease. Thank you all so much. So great to see you all again.